Welcome to the Self Care Sanctuary. I am Shantalee, and I want to talk to you today about self care, specifically spiritual self care, and 2020. Okay, so real quick, I wanted to talk about my spiritual self care goals and start a conversation in the comment section, and really get a conversation going about how you plan on taking care of your spirit next year, and really setting up some intentions, plans, and goals and strategies to get it done. Spiritual self care is one of my most favorite things. And actually, I have to make sure that I'm not just focusing on that area alone because I can get caught up in it. Okay, so let me reapply. This is persistent liquid lipstick from Avon. It's
1:30 p.m.
one of my favorite lipsticks. Formula is liquid to matte, and it stays hours and hours and hours. It stays. Okay. It's on sale right now for $8.99. That's what it looks like. It's called Mattitude. The bold color is supposed to give you some type of attitude, and it does give me some type of attitude when I put it on. So if you want more information about this, the link is and the description is it's in below in the description. So just click the link, it'll take you to my website so you can get it. Okay, so I feel like when I watch the videos back, it seems like I'm not rambling, but when I'm talking, I feel like I'm just rambling. So I took some notes so I can stay on track today. So what are your spiritual goals for next year? For 2020. Now what I do so I can stay on track, because like I said, when it comes to spirituality, I can get really caught up into it because I'm a spiritual person. I love spirituality. So I have to make sure I also have because of mental health, I have to make sure it doesn't cause me to dissociate, because I can get caught up in spirituality so much that I'm not present, I'm not in the now, and it causes me to kind of go backwards in a way, and it's not helpful. So I have to make sure that with spirituality, because I love it so much, that I stay focused on my goals. So one of my main goals, like I told you in, I think it was my last video, is to be at least 199 pounds by my birthday next month, November 6th. So I'm using spirituality to help me reach my goal. So that way I'm taking care of my spirituality, and it's also helping me with my physical self-care goals, which is to be at least 199 by the time I turn 37. So how I'm doing that is I am, like I told you about Big Belinda. I told you about Big Belinda last week, and how I'm realizing certain things, um, certain areas of my life, certain things that I need deliverance from, like shame. I believe shame is not just a spirit. I believe it can be a stronghold, and a shame for me, because of some things that happened, for me when I was young, can be a stronghold. And it's not just one thing, it's a lot of different things that I'm working on. A side note, I also color and draw. I think I said that last time. I think I told y'all that last time. I color and draw my feelings, things that I wish that I would have said when I was little. I think it's a name for it that I can't really think of right now. it's some type of therapy, but it's a therapy when you kind of go back and go back to the situation that's bothering you, and where you didn't have the words or the wisdom or the courage to say or do what you wanted to do in that situation. You go back and then you say what you wanted to say, or you do what you wanted to do in that situation. So I think about the situation that caused me to have eating troubles in the present, like, whatever situations come up. I think about that situation, and then I draw it as I remember it, and then I write, like, I do little bubbles, and I write how I was feeling, because in the moment you can't process what you feel, because sometimes you're in shock, or or it's just too much for you to process how you feel, or to think of something to say or do that would have been best in that situation. So I I write down how I was feeling, because looking back at it, then I can process it, and then I write down what I was thinking, what I was feeling, and what I wish I could have said, and that also helps me. That also helps me. So, um, going back to spiritual, I also pray. And something that helps me, sometimes I know myself, I'm learning myself. And so sometimes just saying, Heavenly Father, please deliver me from this, or please deliver that. Sometimes I need that in the moment. And then sometimes I need to write my prayers down, so I can make sure I'm telling God everything that's on my heart, everything that I want deliverance from, and exactly how I feel. Sometimes writing it down and then praying it helps me too. So that's another spiritual self-care thing that I do. Um I don't remember where I was, but I know that I don't remember what I was talking about before I went off on drawing and coloring my thoughts and feelings from the past. But I yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. I'm just gonna leave right there, because I don't even remember what I was talking about. So I'll tell you, that's my main goal, is weight loss, using spirituality for my weight loss. And also some more spiritual self-care goals that I have for 2020 are, I really, really want to learn how to be led by the Spirit, so that the fruits of the Spirit show up in my life more. Especially self-control, and that also has something to do with weight loss. Self-control and patience, and kindness, and peace, and all that. Those are things that I want more of in my life, and I know that those are the fruits of the Spirit. So I have to be more led by the Spirit to show the fruit of the Spirit. So that's another one of my spiritual goals. And also fasting. I want to fast for 40 days so bad. So bad. I want to be able to fast for 40 days so bad. You have no idea. I'm training myself right now, and the training, I wish it was better, and that's why that's one of my goals. Sometimes I OMAD, sometimes I do intermittent fasting, sometimes I do mono fasting, like just eating two things. The two things I was eating, and I was doing really good on that, was rice and pineapples. It's You can look up something on YouTube, not just on YouTube, but you can look it up on YouTube. It's called the rice diet, and it's supposed to help with obesity. It was really helpful for me. The rice helped me to not be hungry, but I was also just eating pineapples and rice. So that was really helpful for me, and I'm going to get back on that. Plus intermittent fasting. I want to lose. I want to get. I just want to be overweight. I don't want to be obese, and that's what I'm trying to get down to. Overall, get down to 170, but I'm just going to stick with, for right now, like, I'm baby stepping myself getting under 199 or 199 by my birthday. And then ultimately I want to get under 170, and then I'll see where I want to go from there. But yeah, that's what I want to do. And I also want to not just do water fasting, I want to do dry fasting. Have you ever seen um snake diet guy Cole? I think his name is Cole. He he's not for everybody, but he is very motivational to me because he's just really honest. And he's really honest. His language is strong, and some people might not be able to take it, and I can only take it in small doses. But he is very motivational. He knows a lot about dry fasting, and for me, I want to do dry fasting because it's supposed to help you when you lose weight to not have all the loose skin. And because I've had 4 kids and I've been overweight for some years, and I'm like my age, I'm about to be 37. Loose skin, wrinkles, dry skin, sagging skin, that's really a big thing for me. So dry fasting, the is something that I is another spiritual goal. For me, it's physical and spiritual because of the physical. I just told you about why it's important physically, but spiritually, whenever they talk about fasting in the Bible, they're not talking about water fasting. They're talking about dry fasting. And I've heard that so many people have gone to their next spiritual level and have had a lot of awakenings, spiritual awakenings by dry fasting. And that's one of my ultimate spiritual goals. Like I said last time, a lot of these self-care goals, they kind of they help each other, they complement each other. So the fasting for me is spiritual goal. Self-care is mental self-care because I am so clear. If you have any mental health issues, if you have any effects from any type of abuse that causes you to not be clear, then fasting, any kind of fasting, really helps. But dry fasting, I think I've only dry fasted for a day. And it wasn't really hard, but it's really all in your mind. Um while I'm talking about fasting, if fasting is one of your goals, any type of self-care goals, then I'm in a group called, it was AHA, alternative a healthy alternative. And it's so supportive and there's so much information. I've been following the Chris, the guy that started the group on YouTube for about a year. And him and his family are very motivational, and they have a lot of good information on YouTube. And if you join the group, there's so many people in there who are fasting and who can help you along the way. And it's been really helpful for me. Very informative, very supportive group. So a healthy alternative. Look up that group on Facebook, and you can look up the channel on YouTube. So those are my main spiritual goals. I hope this video isn't 13. That's not bad. But I just want to ask you, what are your spiritual goals for next year, and why are those your goals? How are you going to implement those goals? What can stop you from reaching those goals? For me, a lot of stuff is mental. Everything is in my head. If I can have the mental focus to reach the goals, then it'll work. And it's not what can stop me, especially when it comes to spiritual goals. I just thought about spiritual attack. That might be something that you when it comes to spiritual self-care, I believe in protecting yourself and spiritually. And I do it with the putting on the full armor of God, making sure I do that. Some people imagine a bubble, do what you need to do, protect yourself spiritually, because everything that we see in the physical realm starts in the spiritual realm. And you don't, if you if you're a person who thinks that it's very important, to protect yourself in the physical realm, whether you have a gun, whether it's self-defense, whether it's always being aware of your surroundings, whatever, then you have to also understand that it's just important to, even more important, because everything starts in that realm, to protect yourself spiritually. So everything does start in your mind, but sometimes you can be spiritually attacked. You have to protect from that. You have to always protect yourself from that, keep yourself protected. But also don't be like a victim. Like, I'm being attacked. I don't know what's wrong. I'm under attack. The devil's attacking me. Demons are attacking me. Evil is attacking me. Negativity is attacking me. I've seen where people can be like kind of victims like that. Like, oh, please pray for me. The devil's doing this, or the demons are doing this, or evil is doing this, or whatever, however you see evil, negative attacks spiritually, however you see that. It's good to protect yourself. It is real, but don't have a victim mindset about it. And, and let it take you to the point where you feel like you can't do anything because you're being attacked spiritually. Because if you have faith and you know who you serve. I believe in God. I pray to God. I ask God to protect me. I do the things that I know I'm supposed to do to be and stay protected. So I'm not worried. If I ask God to deliver me, I know I'm delivered. I have to walk in my deliverance. If I ask God to protect me, then I know I'm protected and I have to walk in that protection. So don't be a victim. Don't be a spiritual victim. Don't be a physical victim. Don't be a mental victim. Don't be an emotional victim. So it's very important to stay protected and make sure that your mind is focused on these goals. You have to look at your goals every day. You have to remind yourself of your goals every day, because stuff will happen, try to get you distracted, knock you off your goals, and then you'll wonder where the year went and why didn't you accomplish them. It's real good to have accountability. It's real good to have a strategy, not just say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but to have it written down or on paper or on docs or whatever, so you can see it. It's not real unless you write it down. That's what I tell myself. It's not real unless you write it down. And then not just write it down and say, this is my goal, but also have a goal and a strategy. Okay. So I think I've said all I wanted to say about that. I want to talk about what my strategies are. I told you what my goals are, but I'll tell you what my strategies are probably tomorrow, next time I talk to you. And we'll also keep going, getting ready for 2012. Why do I keep saying? I think I said 2012 in the last video. Like, what in the world? We're getting ready for 2020. Okay. So we want to make sure that all the 8 areas of self-care are taken care of so we can get ready and start 2020 strong. Okay. So that's all I wanted to say today. If you are interested in this lipstick, you can click the link below and go to my website and it'll be there for you. I'll talk to you tomorrow.